What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Silver Screams, a horror podcast. I am your host for today, for this evening, Flashy Cece. My host, Brett, is not here with me, and unfortunately, but he will be in our spirits. We are at a Dan Sperry. We're going to see Dan Sperry today. If you remember, last time we saw him was at the Oddities Fair in Kissimmee in June of this year. He was a very fun, cool act, very down-to-earth guy. He had a great set when we saw him. But I'm here to see him. We're going to see, of course, on the set and see how it goes. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy. But it might be time for a commercial break.
He describes it as a spellbinding experience, and the Melbourne Herald-Sun declares him the new face of magic. Hug your family, and just keep telling yourself it's only an illusion. Please welcome the strange magic of shock illusionist, Dan Sperry.
Magic show! Magic show, yep! And that's the way it's gonna be for the rest of this show, so get excited! And in case you guys don't know, my name's Dan Sperry and I do magic tricks. And right now we are about to share with each other what has been called your most valuable possession, and that is your time, right? Because it's something that when given away. You know what you're so happy about it? Do you like win a raffle to get these tickets? Jake. But no, I don't know you. You might be one of those crazy pyromaniac chicks. Maybe you have an ex-boyfriend. You put his clothes in the bathtub, pour bleach on it, set it on fire. I don't know. You might be. I don't know about that either. I just made that up, by the way. Never happened to me. Okay, just check out the magics. You don't need to light them. I think I've obviously proved enough that they're real. But Jane, just examine the matches, make sure they're legit. I mean, I don't know. You're familiar with matches, though, I assume. You're not allowed to play with them. So this is maybe a bad idea. Okay. You want to explain why, or is this a story for another time? Maybe we should hang out. It's fine. Take the lighter, Jane. You're going to be the lighter chick. In a moment, what I'm going to need you to do is hold up that lighter in the air and ignite it, like as if you're at your favorite Dave Matthews Band? No, wait, don't tell me. White chick. Radiohead? Just hold it up in the air. Like whatever, you're at your favorite whatever concert. Go for it. Okay, we made it. What I'm going to do is take just the palm of my hand and hold it over that open flame like that. If you guys have ever had siblings, you go to a fancy restaurant, right? If you have some sort of like fun, Jane, actually stand up, come a little bit closer. That mic got really hot. Actually, just stand up right here. Oh, I know. I'm asking a lot of you in the front row to stand up exactly basically where you are. And go gadget your arm this way. Perfect, Jake. Now here's what we're going to do. Is hold my hand over that open flame. As I was saying, you probably, if those of you that have siblings, you probably played this game before where you go to a fancy restaurant, you have a candle or some sort of centerpiece, you try to hold your hand over and see who can hold it over the longest. Got pretty good at this game. That's all it takes. If I take a little bit of that fire, pass it over to that book of matches. That's all we need. Spooky magic show. Give it up for Jay. Okay, I'm just saying. Go ahead, flip through. That's where you might need the flashlight. You can see the page numbers. You can see the words. Like I said, well, you gotta flip through it, lady. You gotta like the participation part that I mentioned at the very beginning. And this guy next to you, you know him, or is this like a Craigslist date? It is? Okay, what's your name? Mike, and I don't know you either. Sorry, wake up, Mike. I don't know you, we didn't set this up or anything. Okay, good, this is gonna go great, I can tell already. Mike, make this real easy on you, much like I held up fingers to represent numbers. In a moment, you were gonna do the same. But I don't wanna see him, I don't want anybody to see him, so I want you, if you can, just, leave, put your hands behind your back. A little bit, very easy, you know what's up. Now, Mike, what you're going to do in a moment, I'm going to come back from 3 to 2 to 1. When I get to 1, I will snap my fingers. When I snap my fingers, you will hold up your hands in front of you and then hold up fingers corresponding to numbers. Basically, if you wanted to do like 2 and 5, it could be the same. You can do like 5 and 5, 2 and 2, 1 and 2. We're going to use these fingers only to represent number 1. Right. So it's going to be up to you. On the count of 3, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What do you got? What's this? Okay. So I guess that could be like a 2 if we're counting thumbs as fingers. That's cool. So 2 and 5 or 5 and 2, and we have it. So Melissa, this is gonna be up to you now. 25 or 52. What do you like, Melissa? Are you sure? Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Really? Okay. You can put your hands down. I'm sorry. Well, let's turn to page 25 in the dictionary. Like I said, you're going to see rows of columns of words and definitions. Look at the first word on top of page 25. Just whenever you do, don't say it out loud, okay? Just focus on that word. This word, I'm not saying, I'm just saying if you need to use the little magnifier or the flashlight, you can, because I know it gets a little dark in here. But once you have the word, like I said, don't say it out loud. Just yes or no that you have it. Standing by for Jesus. We're there. All right, you got the word, right? Focus on it in your mind. If this is an action word, I want you to imagine yourself like doing it. Like if it was like xylophone, I want you to imagine yourself playing a mad xylophone solo in the school band or something like that. I'm going to try to draw out what you're thinking of. I'm not a good artist, so I'm actually not going to try to like actually draw it out. I'm trying to like draw and write it out. I'm committed. The marker's put away nice and loud. What is the word? Balance. And you're on page 25 in the official Webster's Pocket Dictionary from, well, Amazon, but, you know. And we were at 25. I didn't force you. You had a clear choice. You had 2-5 and 5-2. And we had, it's okay. Makes sense now, because that is exactly the word that I had. Give her a round of applause. Magic show! Two fists like this. Perfect. Don't move. Rick, the moment you were going to make a choice, a very important choice. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to come back from 3 to 2 to 1 and snap my fingers. When I snap my fingers, you are just going to place one of those fists down to your side. It doesn't matter which one. This choice is yours. Once you've made that choice and you lower the fist, you hold there. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Interesting. Your left. Backwards. Your left fist. Your right one, you can relax. Your left fist, hold it against your heart. That's your right fist. Hold your left fist against your heart. There we go. Wait a minute, your other right fist. Experimental here. Put your hand can relax. Keep that one against your heart. The last thing that we need, again, voodoo, strange, unusual things. I didn't just buy the book. I went to the curio shop. I bought one other important item, and that is this little wicker voodoo man. As you can see, the resemblance to Rick is candy. It's Rick, right? Okay, that's what I don't know. Rick, I'm not going to touch you, but I'm just going to take our little voodoo man and just sort of pass him around your aura to make the connection. Usually you're supposed to just borrow a strand of hair. In this case, we're just going to pass him around your aura to try to make the connection. Don't move. It shouldn't hurt. You shouldn't feel anything. Ooh. You are now connected. Do you feel anything, Rick?
Absolutely not.
No. Thanks for playing along, Rick. Anything. Because you're vaccinated. Rick. You're blood. Rick. Don't move. Hold that left hand right there. I'm going to use, again, a little bit of that element of fire. My hand is going to act as a barrier. Usually with voodoo dolls, right? Anything that happens to the doll happens to the subject matter. We have no needles or anything like that. Don't worry, Rick. Instead, it's just going to be that little element of fire. I'm going to pass it underneath my hand. Oh my God, dude. There it goes. Underneath my... Okay. You got to dial it up to 11 like it's making math out of Christmas tree. You shouldn't feel that, should you? No, you shouldn't feel anything because my hand's acting as a barrier. But if you do have the connection, little Rick starts to stand up. Or the voodoo man. Means we are now the connection. Don't move it. Take again a little bit of that fire and singe that left fist. Again, as legend has it, anything that happens to the doll happens to the subject matter. In this case, that's you, Rick. Did you feel anything that time?
Absolutely.
You suck at this game. Extend your left fist, spread your fingers, and have a look. If it happens here, it should have happened.
Oh!
Hold it up and Rick, you're going to want to go to church. And it is important because I need you to answer, many of these questions honestly. As you can see, the envelope, it's colored. That's important because sometimes, when held up to the light, envelope, like Russian dolls, right? Another envelope inside of an envelope. But there is a piece of paper inside this one. I will, spoiler alert, tell you what's inside the piece of paper. But Robbie, do you know what is written on the piece of paper in the envelope? No. Really? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have found ourselves our psychic winner. Give it up for Robbie! Amazing! That's ridiculous. That's not how it works. Robbie, but you said what we're going to try to do is you and I are going to try and experiment together. What I want you to do is in your mind go to a place. This could be your house. This could be a vacation house. This could be a place where you live right now, a place you've been recently. This could be a place in your past. And I want you to imagine something in a room there that maybe you even can pick up and hold in your hand. Don't say it out loud. Just imagine that you're holding and looking at it because you're going to draw a picture of that item, not on the nose side, but on this side, okay? As best you can, as best you can. We're not looking for something that's going on a refrigerator, but just a rough doodle. You can hold it on the palm of your hand, and if you want to turn and face this way and just draw a quick picture, something quick that'll be identifiable, but easy to recognize as yours. I'm going to explain what's about to happen. When he's done with that, we're going to take that piece of paper. We're going to seal it. How you doing over there? Terrible. Okay. Don't worry about it. You've drawn something, I assume. Okay. Go ahead and just sort of, hold it up and give a flash of it to everybody. I'll look away. But just kind of give a quick flash and then hold it against yourself so the nose side would be out. So I cannot see it because that is going to be important in a moment. I'm going to turn back around in 3, 2, 1. Click the marker. Yeah, we should have used this one in the beginning. It's a lot easier. Get back on. And this was something that you know what it is at least. I don't know if these people know. We don't know what kind of artist you are, but I'll take it so I can't see. I'm gonna look away. One last look of Robbie's abuse of the broad and vague definition of what art is. Robbie, I want you to focus on what this was that you saw. Maybe if it has like sentimental value. I want you to try to imagine it having sentiment of it, you're playing with this, or you're observing it, whatever it is in your room. Your room or wherever it is that you would be playing with this, or participating with it, or whatever it is. Hold on to the envelope. Now, I want you to just imagine, like I said, and I'm going to try to make contact with Robbie. In order to do this, you've probably seen E.T. It's based on a true story. I want you to stick your finger up in the air, much like an antenna. You've seen E.T. And in a moment, you and I are going to try to make contact. It might feel a little weird at first, but I'm going to see if I can get inside of your mind as we make a connection. This doesn't always work, like I said, but we're going to see if maybe, just maybe, this envelope test can happen. I think that's it. Give him the last Got a phone. I'm not going to touch the envelope. I'm just going to put my hand on it. Dude, I have no idea. No idea. Like I said, this doesn't always work, but I'm gonna go with this one. What is it that you drew?
This is like a ring or something.
A ring?
Your wife's wedding ring? You guys, some of you caught a glimpse of this. Let's see how Robbie's drawing did.
Make it a square.
What? Make it a square?
Did he make the ring diamond a square?
Close up.
This is a ring?
Oh, wow.
Magic shows. That's what it is. Give it up for Rob. 2 equal pieces of rope. Son of a bitch. Or close enough. It's been a few years. Hang on. Okay. Perfect. Nice and even. Now, in order to make the ropes go back together with the ends to connect and meld that together, you have to know an ancient old knot known as a pop knot. Now, in order to tie that, you go back forward, same time as you come around, go through, pull tight, you gotta go through the back, same time as you come around, come through, pull tight, same time as you go around, make a second knot, you gotta make third knot, go through, pull tight, make the second one, come around, make third, and that's how you make a pop knot. But that's not what just does the magic. What also does the magic is when you reach in your pocket for the pixie dust, right? Sprinkle the pixie dust on the knot. And in a matter of seconds, the knot gets softer and softer, begins to melt, disintegrate, to become so soft that that's how it gets its name. The pop knot pops all the way off the rope. Easy rope. On food like Doritos and Domino's Pizza, playing GoldenEye and N64, drinking Surge and Mountain Dew, watching Girls Gone Wild on bootleg VHS. Like I said, the way the night unfolded is unique to each of us individually, but we all share that same memory. I remember mine when I got to go to my first overnight slumber party and getting over. And I thought I would sort of bring that experience that we can all kind of revisit that same memory, because this is kind of like being in some weird guy's basement, right? And it's very similar to like a slumber party. I remember experiencing not a lot of eye contact. Nobody really wants to hang up. Yeah, it's very similar vibe. What's your name? What is it, Holly? Holly, I don't know you. But Holly, do you remember your first overnight slumber party when you were little, maybe getting to go over to like Becky's house? And it wasn't Becky, was it? No, okay, of course not. I knew that. It wasn't Becky, she's a bitch. But you went over there when you were young. And how old were you when you went over to your first slumber party? 7 or 8? Oh my God, I was like 17. Oh my God. That's like liver. Shut up. That's like liver. But still like liver. But I remember, like I said, I wanted to be the cool kid. I didn't want to, the cool friend. I didn't want to be just the average one that just brought over like another thing of pizza or, you know, whatever. Pro skater. But I want to be the cool friend. You see, I had just seen The Craft, right? So I brought over a copy of the Necronomicon, some tarot cards, a Ouija board. Basically, I was trying to like psychically talk to the dog, communicate with the dead. I made it weird, and nobody wanted to hang out with me, and I never got invited to another slumber party ever again. But I thought maybe since this has that slumber party atmosphere, we could maybe try that experiment one last time. But Holly, I don't know you. We're not friends. No, we're not friends. No. That's important. Because you need friends for like slumber party and that sort of experience. So, Holly, we're going to try a seance right now, you and I. So I do need a friend. Do you mind being my single-serving fake friend for just a moment? You don't mind? Everybody give Holly a round of applause and help her feel welcome as she's officially on stage. Come on up, Holly, all the way. Yeah, that's the cue. Come on up. Watch your step right there. Thank you very much. Look, everybody, it's Holly. Yay! Holly, it's everybody, but I know their names. So it doesn't matter. Over here. Holly, have you ever had something strange and unusual and paranormal happen to you? Ever encountered anything like that? No. Okay. Perfect. Well, that's fine. Well, maybe we'll encounter something tonight. You see, as I mentioned, I've been into strange, unusual things a lot, and one of those that I was interested in at around the time of the slumber party was studying something known as the spiritualist movement. You see, back then, the spiritualist movement, that was at the turn of the last century, in the early 1900s. There were psychic mediums on basically every street corner. They were like Starbucks, so people were always trying to talk dead people. I mean, chalkboards, for example. I needed that! Use things like chalkboards because they didn't have iPads back then. That'd be ridiculous, right? Because back then they would have chalkboards, very analog way of sort of illustrating spirit writing. Holly, did you ever play with chalkboards when you were little? Of course, you know what chalkboards are, right? You ever take your nails and like, yeah, but we're not going to do that because the spirits hate that, okay? Good. Holly, you're going to be in charge of these chalkboards. You're going to be holding them in front of you, but I need you to hold them flat, like a tray. Like you're going to be but not a certain like the old cigarette girls, you know, kind of thing. But not like, you don't have to do that dance, okay? I know, I'm pretty good. But you're going to actually be holding there's a bell that I'm going to place on the center. So these chalkboards that are used to illustrate spirit writing, we're going to place the bell on the center. The bell is used to signal that communication has occurred. The bells were important, bells or whatever instruments that would be used because they signaled, like I said, the communication had happened as questions would be answered to the other side. They would supposedly come back with answers such as ring the bell once for yes, or 2 for no, or if you had a Karen ghost, it'd be like, where's my macchiato, Skylar? Hopefully we don't encounter any of those tonight. They are the worst. So I'm just going to place that on the center of the chalkboard right there. Perfect. Very good. Rise it up. Now, the final thing that must be contributed is usually the psychic medium borrows a personal item from the participant to draw energy from. Usually this is something expensive, like a family heirloom, like a ring or a watch or a bracelet or a necklace. What was that? You were giving me what exactly? Excuse me. Hold still right there. Yeah, no, thank you. How do you wipe with these? Goddamn. Instead of borrowing something yours, your personal item is just gonna be a thought from inside your head. Don't worry, that thought is going to be a word from my personal item that I'm going to contribute, and that is this book. This book is a legit book. It's called The Day After Roswell. This was my favorite book back in the day. Back then, it's about the Roswell incident, supposedly true story. General Corso wrote the book. He had boots on the ground. Lots of pages, lots of words, but a few pictures, a few diagrams even of top secret things. So they put it in the book, sold it at Barnes & Noble, right? Makes sense. I'm going to flip through this page. You say stop anywhere. We're going to mark it. Because it's not a Kindle, we need a bookmark. So I brought my old Magic the Gathering card. I use as my bookmark. This is Fear of the Dark. thought it was fitting for the page. I'm gonna pop the book open so you can see the page. I'm gonna keep looking over this way, and I'm gonna try to hold it in the light. I know it's kind of hard to see, but can you see the first word of the first paragraph? And can you see the page number?
Yes.
Memorize both, just in case you forget the word. At least we got the page number. You got both?
I think so.
Well, I need a yeah. Page number and the word.
Yes.
In your mind. Don't say it out loud, keep them in your mind. You got it?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm taking the bookmark out. You want one last look, or are you sure? We're done, we're committed. Random page, random word. Hundreds of pages. Thousands of words. You landed on a random one, you're thinking of it in your mind right now. Say it over and over. Just the page number in your mind right now. And for the first time out loud, what's the page number? 224. 224. Interesting. 224. Just gotta watch. You gotta watch. What time is it on your watch? 9:30. Perfect. We're on time. All right, now. Oh, did you think of me? That'd be impossible. 224. And on top of page 224, there was a word. What is the word? Event. Sucker. Why did you click me for? I was just grabbing the bell. It was a joke. Nothing to do with you. Although you've been holding the chalkboard, I've been holding the book, we're going to do what's called swap. You've been holding the chalkboards the whole time. You looked at a random page, a random word on top of the page. 224 was the page. The word was event. 224 probably doesn't mean anything. Does the word event mean anything to you? Kind of. What does it mean? Does it stand out for any reason? You what? We're at an event? It's starting! Okay, whatever, 224. So this shouldn't be here. These were blank a moment ago. But we're not alone, they left a note. Ollie, take that envelope. You said the word? Event. Ollie, open that envelope, take out the notes, and then hand me the envelope. Perfect. Open that note. What does it say? Oh wait, that's not a note. What is that? That's a page from a book. 24 in the book. You guys can see that is in fact 224 with the word event on top. Once you're there, Ollie, you just let us know. It's 224. Wait, what? There is no page 224? Hang on a second. Take this page, line it up like a puzzle piece. Yes or no? Does it fit? Magic show! Give it up for Holly, everybody! We made it! Whatever, you can
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Hell. Hell yeah.
hey. Hi.
So that was Dan Sperry.
That was Dan Sperry. Yeah, it was.
So that was awesome.
That really was.
I'm sure it was
You know you weren't there.
I wasn't there.
You
I
weren't
was
there.
I'm just saying this is for an outro of the outro, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, basically, yeah, essentially, yeah.
That was it was a good show. As you
Great
said.
show, fantastic. Dan was
Fantastic.
phenomenal. I kept calling him a demon because the shit he was doing was fucking insane. But I say it with all love and respect. I actually get to meet him, and he was just a nice guy. He was very like apologetic because the line to meet him wasn't long, but he still was apologetic about it.
Right.
But like, I really hope he comes back on tour because he just did phenomenal. He was fantastic.
Maybe after he like does a little bit more
Yeah.
different, learn different tricks. He
Yeah.
goes journeying and everything, and
Yes.
maybe he'll come back.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I'm glad. I appreciate you going out there on an assignment.
Of course. Had to do it. Yeah.
You got to meet him. I saw and
Yes.
everything, and
Yes.
it just going back to when we went to go see him at
And the Oddities Fair
the
Kissimmee
Oddities, yeah,
this past June. Yeah.
this past June, and we're going to the Oddities Fair next month.
It's true,
I
that's
would
right.
love to go to the Oddities Fair next week.
Yeah.
But that's not going to probably happen
Yeah.
as much as I really want to. Yeah, I'm glad you had a great
I
time.
really did.
I enjoyed watching the whole time because I was watching your videos when you were recording them. So
Yeah.
that is going to do it for his episode.
My episode.
Our
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, our episode. Yeah.
Together,
Yeah.
our episode. But again, I like it when you get to be a part, like you can do your own little journeys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like I did when.
You went to.
So yeah,
Okay.
it makes the
Different perspective.
different perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, that's gonna do it for us for Silver Screams, a horror podcast.
Horror show.
Horror show.